Alright, so welcome back everyone. Since I didn't finish Dave Schramm's 9-pod challenge, I thought it was only right to go ahead, keep making these videos, and try to eat the rest of them in my own due time. Now, I'm going to be eating both of these today. I put a little poll up on Facebook. I was either going to choose between the red Moruga and 7-pot cross or the peach cross. And Facebook decided to do the red ones. I think it went 64% to 36%, or at least that's what it is right now. It's going to be up for a few more hours, but might change. Too late, I guess. But today, I'm going to do a little review on these pods. Try to tell you as much as possible about them before the pain sets in. Then to keep my mind off of it, I'm going to try to be telling you some facts about NASA. Now, I started talking about NASA in the last video. It's what I was going to attempt to do during that challenge, but I was incapable of talking. So, let's jump into this. Now, these were grown in West Virginia. Let's cut this open. See, pull the stems off first, because last time I had some trouble. I don't know if you noticed, but I almost swallowed the stem of the chocolate Moruga. Yeah. Oh man. I might not get to talk about NASA this time either. And I need a knife sharpener. Ooh, that's pretty in there. Looks pretty and painful. Try to get very close on this so you guys can see that. Hope it focuses. But nice looking pod so far. The smell, I can definitely smell, I don't know, it just, that scorpion's fresh on my memory. And this is a Moruga cross. And I just got a little hint of that. Now, chocolate pods are completely different, but you can still get the hint. My brain said, uh-oh, that smells familiar. Oh man. So the smell is a lot of heat, but it kind of smells a little fruity. So hopefully it tastes pretty good. Cut this one open, make sure there's no black seeds or anything. I doubt they are. Yeah, looks pretty nice in there. I'll show you guys this one as well. Let Dave know I'm not stealing his seeds from him, except for the lemon drops. Oh. Cheers. So actually a pretty good tasting pod. It's just, this pod's too hot for me, obviously. Tasted good, but the pod was just, the bitterness of the heat just overtakes me, overpowers me. I can't really do much. Getting my nose already, the roof of my mouth starting. I got pieces of it stuck to my tongue. So those parts of my jaws around my tongue, around my gums are starting to burn already. I can feel the hiccups coming. So let's start talking about NASA. First thing I want to say, start out with, I guess, the intro, the history of it. October 4th, 1957, the Soviets launched Sputnik 1, which was the first artificial satellite launched into orbit. Now, supposedly the CIA knew about the Soviets' capabilities 9 months before this happened. So you can see where our concern came from, because we realized the Soviets could drop a nuclear warhead at our front doorstep if they needed to. and Dwight D. Eisenhower was a president at that time. Now, him being a 5-star general in the Army, you can see how you've seen this as a threat. And just 1 year after that, guess what was created? NASA. NASA stands for the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Now, when I think about the space race, I think about JFK, the late 60s. But no, with Eisenhower, this is where it kind of started with the Soviet Union, back then with the satellites. So a few years after that, in 61, Alan Shepard became the first American, second man ever to go into orbit. So we had a trend there of kind of being a year behind the Soviets. So let's fast forward to the thing that had me wanting to talk about NASA, which was food. The International Space Station and astronauts up there have grown several different types of vegetables before. 3 types of cabbage, red Russian kale, a Japanese equivalent to our mustard or collard greens, and a couple of flowers. If you keep up with NASA, you might have heard of Scott Kelly. Scott Kelly is famous for spending 340 days at the space station. One of the things he done while he was up there was he took this pretty famous picture of a bouquet on Valentine's Day. Awesome picture. I would put it up here, but it has copyright images, so I can't do that. But it's just this bouquet floating in the International Space Station. The background is the Earth and just the black abyss of space. So, the reason I mentioned that, why am I talking about space flowers, is NASA's decided to grow their fresh fruit. Now, I said that in the last video, but they're growing peppers from the species Annuum. Now, those are like your bell peppers, jalapenos, cayennes. Not as hot as these, obviously. Not as hot as some of your Chinese varieties or species. They require lower temperatures to grow. They grow more bountiful. And they could actually eat them up there on the space station. It's not going to kill them. Like these are me right now. So the heat on this, I'm getting really close to panic mode. But it's probably an 8, 8.5. Possibly a 9. It's been going. It's there. Woo! Alright, that's enough about peppers. Twin study. Can't mention Scott Kelly without mentioning his twin brother Mark Kelly. Now, while Scott was in space for 340 days, they ran a lot of tests on him and his twin brother, who stayed 240 miles down below, safe and sound on the Earth. So what did they find? Well, Scott's DNA mutated, cancer-like. His gut developed a new type of bacteria. His immune system went crazy and started developing all these new types of signals and all that stuff. What else happened to him? Cognitive decrease in his memory scores and things of that matter. So this had people concerned, had researchers concerned. Had them concerned. Now I don't do the milk. Don't reach for the milk. Seen a talk show of Stephen Colbert and Scott Kelly, and Scott Kelly said, actually, when you were in space, when you closed your eyes, you could actually see little dots because there was so much radiation up there. So that's frightening. Another thing is spacewalks this month. NASA has 3 of them planned. 48 hours from now, 24 hours from the time you watch this video, if you watch it within a moderate amount of time after I upload it, they're going to have the first all-women's spacewalk. Jessica Knock, their name. No, Christina Knock, sorry, and Jessica Meir. They're on their way, I believe, right now to the International Space Station. Supposed to get there the 17th. Now, when I first initially read this story, they were scheduled for the 21st, but that has since changed. They're currently on their way. So, they scheduled something earlier this year, but one of them either gained too much weight, lost too much weight, something happened to where their spacesuit wouldn't fit. Now that sounds kind of funny, but it's not, because you got to think these spacesuits are hard to modify. I've read that they can cost anywhere from $2.5 to $250 million. Now that's obviously a huge range, but the bottom line is it takes about 5,000 hours to produce a spacesuit, about 2.5 years. So either way, any modification, anything like that's going to take a lot of time, effort, money to change. So if you need to change something last second, you're probably out of luck. You need to cancel that. But speaking of spacesuits, if you've heard of Elon Musk, he has plans to colonize Mars. It's what we want to do. NASA's actually working on a spacesuit right now. They just showed it off today, actually. A red, white, and blue suit. I'll try to find a picture of that to put up right now. If it wasn't there, then that means it has copyrights on it. But they've developed this mobile suit. If you remember the space landing, moon landing, they were just hopping around like robots because their suits were so rigid. Now this one allows for a lot more flexibility and things of that matter. And with some adaptations, this one might be able to get us to Mars. But right now, our goal is 2024, where NASA's trying to put the first woman ever on the moon. So shout out to you and all you ladies. Shout out to all the ladies that can put me to shame in eating hot peppers. Y'all are beast. But that's it, guys. I done it. I succeeded for the first time eating 2 super hots without having to get milk. I don't know how long that lasted, probably too long, but Dave, thanks for these peppers. I feel like I'm gonna go to the moon right now, so I'm gonna hop off here. Heat 8.59, taste a little fruity, good texture, not too crunchy, not too soft. The heat, great, but not as bad as the scorpions, chocolate scorpions anyway. Good job, Dave. I've done this part. I've done round 5 successfully. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching that. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like that, drop a like, smash the like button, and subscribe. If you don't have a YouTube account, what are you doing? Get one. I'll see y'all next time.